Campbell, I guess just kind of how's it going, and obviously the offensive line, some new pieces there. How's all that mission?
It's been going good. Yeah, we're slowly getting closer every day. We've been moving the ball pretty good here in practice, so it's been going good.
You know, how does it the reps in practice? You know, how do that kind of work until make yourself? Never mind, Jerry, go for it.
Okay.
Sorry,
Your brother's not here anymore. What's that like? Because you guys have been together for so long.
Right. I mean, it's been different. I mean, it's been super cool playing with him, but you know, I've just been able to grow closer with the guys in our unit, so it's been good so far.
Let's try this again.
Yeah.
How hard is it to kind of get those new guys up to speed with what you want to do on the offensive line?
I mean, we're taking it day by day, right? It's going to take a little bit of time, you know, to do everything that we want to accomplish. So, you know, just attacking it day by day, fixing the little things every day, and we're making it.
Dave said if there was one group out of the whole team that he's really seen the intensity kind of fired up, at least this fall camp, it's been y'all. Are you guys kind of taking a new approach into this year? Obviously last year probably wasn't the kind of year you guys wanted.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, there's definitely a new approach, right? We brought in new guys, you know, high-energy guys, and they've helped the room grow a lot more, you know, carry the energy to everybody else on the team. So I think that's played a big role in it.
What about the change in offense? How have y'all adapted to that? And you know, I guess maybe did it help going through the spring just to kind of get used to it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a completely different offense, and it's taken time. But, yeah, that spring we were definitely figuring things out, you know, in the spring. So now that we're rolling, it's slowly getting better.
How much of a weight do you feel kind of as a group to kind of get the offense going more than you did last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole game depends on us, right? So if we're not doing our job and we're not encouraging others to do their job, then, I mean, offense as a whole is going to struggle to succeed. So, I mean, it relies a lot on us. And
Big thing last year was kind of those slow starts to games. How important is it for y'all to really, you know, get off to a good jump?
yeah, I mean, it's a big focus. It's been a big focus for us so far this fall. So, I mean, we're slowly working on it, hoping we can start fast and be physical fast. So,
Where are you mainly, and are y'all still moving some pieces around in terms of what position are you playing at?
yeah, I'm at right tackle right now. I mean, I think for the most part, everybody's in their general spot, just whether or not up and down, you know. But everybody's, I think, in where they're going to be for the fall.
Do you like the right tackle position?
Yeah, I like right tackle. Yeah.
What do you think Coach Miller's kind of brought to the table this offseason?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, with Coach Miller, it's been great. It's been everything we've been looking for. He's an awesome coach on the field, but also off the field. He definitely allows us as players, you know, to hold each other accountable. But I mean, it's been super cool. You know, he's a great dude. I mean, we're all growing, and Coach Miller is definitely helping us reach our potential.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling more confident in kind of year two at Baylor and all that?
Yeah, for sure.
What's different?
I mean, I'm just, you know, senior season. You know, I gotta show out, let it be. You know, play my type of ball, and just keep working. You know.
I mean, for you, how much more comfortable do you feel, you know, this fall than you did halfway through last season when you kind of started?
So I started halfway through last season. I mean, I didn't have any playing time going into this halfway through the season, but I mean, after that, I was able to grow, understand like what combos to do and all those different things, like being able to play with different guys and just understanding like how like the tempo of like playing with Division I football is, and so just getting that used to, and just from the spring until now, I mean, it's slowed down so much, like just understanding like the whole game itself, not just only my position, but like the 5 positions with me and along with the whole offense, and just understanding the whole entire scheme of things, and that slows things down so much, and understanding like what's all going on around you, because I got to lead this thing around me and make calls and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's slowed down the game so much.
How difficult was that to do? Like you said, you'd hardly play, then you're thrown in there at center, and now you're kind of, how difficult was that?
Right, so last year whenever I got thrown in, I mean, we'd been practicing last year, obviously, like we practiced to play. Like we don't practice not to play. And so throughout practice last year, we were able to develop each other, develop me including, and just being able to get thrown in there on offense. I just got to be ready whenever you go in. You just got to take that for the team and be like, hey, I'm a provide for y'all and make calls and do whatever I need to do to get this team going where we need to be. So.
Did it feel like you were starting over though, with the new offense coming in, new line coach coming in, new offensive coordinator coming in, pretty much a new system?
Right.
Did it feel like you were starting over? Or?
I mean, I guess you can say starting over is something to say, but I mean, playing with the same guys,
Right.
Understanding that I have half a year on my back, and just like understanding like I've slowed things down, and this whole new scheme of things, like going from wide zone to this spread offense. I mean, it's been a big change and stuff, been a positive change. I mean, it's been great. So.
You mentioned kind of the same guys on that line. How much more of a cohesive unit do you think this
Right.
line is this year?
So, I mean, I think we play really well together, understanding like each other's different things. Like we're all different, but we all are one. You know, we're all five, but we got to play as one. And so, if we don't do that, we don't go far as an O-line and help this whole offense and this whole team. So, I mean, like based off last year, obviously we brought some guys in, and so it's changed a few things, different backgrounds, which I mean, it's made the O-line better. So I think it's something we really need. And I mean, we've never been so close together, so that's good.
Is there almost a chip on your shoulder, you feel like, to, obviously getting the most sacks in the Big 12
Right.
this season? Does that add anything to this season to get it right?
I mean, it's obviously something that we need to fix. And going from based off of spring until now, it's going to be fixed. We've played really well so far, and this is going to change. This new whole offense is going to change really well. So I mean, there's obviously a little chip on our shoulders based off of last year and how we performed, but I don't think that really was us, and I think that we have a whole new thing now. So.
With the O-line having to work together for it to really work.
Right.
You know, how long does that take? And has there been a moment yet when it's kind of clicked?
Right. So I would say once we all started getting used to the play calls and stuff, like had some new guys understand like what's going on and how we need to learn things and stuff like that. Obviously, I slowed down the game, like y'all said earlier, but I mean it's clicked once we understood everything. Obviously, it's going to take some time, day after day, continuing to get there. We're not perfect right now, but we're going to get better in the future. And so hopefully throughout this fall camp, we're going to grow a whole lot more and understand like the whole game of things and slow things down for us and play better. So,
how have guys like Gavin and Campbell really kind of helped you almost, that senior leadership?
Right.
Have they kind of helped you almost progress from, getting thrown in there to now being a consistent starter?
Oh, of course, yeah. So those are two great guys, good buddies with them. They're great leaders on this O-line, obviously, because they're older. It brings like a different outlook on this O-line because like we got to play for them, because this is their last year, and so we don't want to underperform for them. And so you also got to think of that way too. So I mean, they're big leaders, older guys on the team, and so I mean, having that look and having that understanding of this football, like IQ football level and stuff like that, being able to bring that to the table and help the younger guys and stuff like that helps a lot. And just like their whole mentality and just like understanding of like what we need to do to get better and what we need to do to perform and get to the Big 12 and do all these different things. So,
with the new guys, is there just more competition for those spots? And then can you talk about what Omar kind of brings?
Right. Yeah. So there is a lot of competition right now because it's fall camp and stuff like that. We have the scrimmage tomorrow, which after that it's going to get graded out, and we're all going to be changing out different things based on how that is. That's going to be good. But yeah, Omar and Sydney and all them other guys that's came on this team, this O-line newly, they've been wonderful. Like they brought all this energy. Like I said, like different backgrounds make new things. Like makes us like, oh, we had different things last year, but this is a whole new offense. This is a whole new team. And so like having these different guys like bring this type of energy, different like type of mentality on this team helps a whole lot. So they've been great on this O-line.
On the flip side of that, Ryan, he's been here, he's seen all of that. What have you seen from him over like last year and his growth?
Yeah, so like he's grown a whole lot from once I've been here. So like once I got here, he was a great dude, great offensive lineman overall, but like he's grown so much, like tremendously this past year. Being able to take this position at left guard and grow with it, understand like football IQ level, understand like the whole scheme of things. Like right now, it's slowing down so much for him right now. So I think he's going to be great at that position. Obviously, there's different things like we need to fix and stuff like that. But yeah, he's been doing great.
I think Coach Miller in the spring was talking about, really, he hasn't watched much of last year's tape.
Right.
I mean, do you use last year? Do you remember last year, or do you wipe it clean and forget about it?
Right. Obviously, there are things I think you can remember some things about it, like on how much, like to feed on, like he said earlier, like that chip on your shoulder, just to keep on like day to day, just think about that type of stuff. And so you can grow and practice, fix different things that you need to fix. But you said like, based on like last year's stuff, I would say you forget the things that you don't need to remember and just build on the things like you need to. And so.
What size feet are you?
16.
What would you say?
16.
16. Mine are 8. I was gonna say mine are 13.
That's,
Pretty big.
don't kick me in the face. How's camp going for you, and I guess the offensive line? How quickly has it kind of come together, and how important is that?
I say the biggest thing is confidence, really. Because, I mean, coming off of last year, you'd expect like a lot of guys, because really it's a whole lot of the same people in this O-line room. So you'd expect a lot of the guys to be like, oh, we had a bad year last year, like all down. But nobody's really thinking that way. Like, and the guys who came in like saw what happened last year and refused to let that happen again. The guys who were here don't want that to happen again. So really, that kind of thing has been elevating our level. And because of that, we've all been performing like, I'd say, way better than anyone could expect.
Is there pressure on you guys? I mean, and do you see and hear any of the negative talk about this offensive line is going to be the downfall or whatever? Do you hear any of that, and how much pressure do you feel to kind of get it done this year?
Well, I mean, I have to be delusional to act like it doesn't exist.
Right.
But, I mean, to me, I don't really see it as pressure. Like, it's just outside voices, like, because, honestly, I kind of like it because as people not putting a whole lot on us, it's like they don't know what we're doing. They don't understand, like, because the people in the room, like, we're the ones putting in all that hard work every day. So we're the ones who've been seeing the fruits of the labor. And once we're able to actually go out and show our product on field, then the narrative's going to flip completely.
Are you at left tackle?
Yes, I am.
How do you like it out there, and how comfortable are you there?
Very comfortable. It's basically what I've been playing my whole career. So I mean, I'd slot in wherever I'm needed, but if I had to choose, like I'm exactly where I want to be.
Going back to that product on the field that people are going to get to see, what is that in your opinion?
I say fast, violent, and physical. Last year, that's stuff that we all believed in, but I mean, the product we put out on the field didn't really reflect that. So this year, like, it's really, we gotta like smash that into our souls and like make sure that's what every single one of us truly believes. We gotta know that we can accomplish it, and then the last step is to just go out on the field and do it.
Seems like run game maybe took a little bit of a step back last year. Is that an emphasis this year, really kind of the offensive line leading that way?
Yeah, no doubt. Physicality, like I said, is one of the biggest things. Like, going from our wide zone offense last year to our run scheme more vertical this year, like it's really a big thing because we're not sprinting off the ball and trying to win with leverage. Like we really just gotta dig our heels into the ground and really outwork somebody else. So for an offensive line to be able to do that at a high level consistently, and especially with the tempo we're gonna be running, then I mean we gotta be a whole lot of tough linemen.
Does this seem to be a good fit for Richard Reese? I mean, just this offense, this style?
Absolutely. I mean, I can't lie, Rich is a dog, so any scheme would be a great fit for him. But with this one, I know he's definitely going to take advantage of it. Like, we're going to make holes up front for him. I know he can see them, and then once he sees it, off to the races.
Seems like y'all are kind of trying to beef up size-wise on the line, but also run at a faster tempo. What's that like, having to deal with both getting bigger and having to go faster?
I won't lie, at first in the spring, it was rough because, like, of course, we're all putting on weight in the winter. We get to the spring and we're all bigger, so it's a little harder to move. And then with the tempo, it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm tired. But I mean, we got used to it, and the more you rep it, like the less it affects you. So the tempo, like, it's not going to bring us down. Like, it's going to be something that we use to our advantage.
Seems like y'all are in the same class, you and Coleton.
Mm-hmm.
Were you impressed with him, just the way he was able to step in that way last year, and particularly at center?
Absolutely. Like I can't take any credit away from him. Like Colton's probably one of the more impressive athletes I know. Like he's strong, he's quick, and like even though like he's not the tallest, like he got like crazy leverage, and he's got long arms, and he knows how to use them. So, I mean, with the way he steps in the situation we were in right now, like I can't speak high enough praise of him.
We talked to Colton about that too, but I guess what's the cohesiveness of this unit, and how close do you feel like you guys are?
I say we're like this, like we're tight. It's a much tighter. It's probably the tightest O-line I've ever been on. Like everybody talking all the time, helping with corrections, holding each other accountable. Really, all the things you'd need from a cohesive unit. Because really, as the O-line, we got to be closer than any other position group on the team because we're right next to each other all the times. Receivers are out wide. Tight end usually one on the field. Running back, quarterback usually one on the field. O-line all the time. It's all five of us, and we all got to be on key, on point, like working together as a group. So I think this year with like how much we've bonded, how close we've gotten, and especially with all the new guys, like how quickly we've done it, I'd say we've definitely taken a huge step in that direction.
Is that hard to do in practice, kind of build that bond, or, do you expect any kinks to get ironed out in that first game against Arlington? Is it a different speed, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I wouldn't really say it's hard to, I wouldn't really say it's difficult to do because, like, I mean, we're all here to play football, so I guess the best way to figure out who's willing to work with each other is by playing football. So, I mean, the football field is really where, like, you see the leaders step up. Like, there'll be some people who can talk in meetings, but, like, the people who are able to keep talking on the football field when they're tired, like, they're able to bring the rest of the team up. Like, that's a huge thing especially for an O-line.
Sounds good.
Good.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.